Coming up, San Luis Obispo is getting some national attention. Find out why one publication is recognizing the happiest place in America.
Cal Poly Greek organizations are on social probation due to disagreement over a new party registration policy. We give you the latest updates on the situation.
And find out which two Cal Poly athletes are up for the 2014 draft.
Broadcasting from Studio 300 on Cal Poly's campus. You're watching Mustang News.
Good afternoon, Cal Poly. I'm David Aguilar.
And I'm Katie McDermott. You're watching our weekly half-hour broadcast of Mustang News. Thanks for joining us.
2 Cal Poly students were sexually assaulted in the past 2 weeks. University police sent out an email to students on Tuesday about a sexual assault that happened on campus on January 7th. A Cal Poly woman says she was walking on South Perimeter near the administration building at about 12:30 a.m. when a man came up behind her to put either a pillow or a bag over her head. She was able to get away but was not able to identify the suspect. And another sexual assault happened in the downtown area of San Luis Obispo on Tuesday night. A man came up behind a woman San Luis Obispo police believe to be a Cal Poly student and sexually assaulted her at the intersection of Choro and Palm Streets. Police do not know if the suspect in both cases is the same person, but they do say both cases have similar patterns.
Walking somewhere, be aware of your surroundings, make sure you're traveling in well-lit areas, and again, traveling with friends. If you can't do that, then make sure you're letting friends know of your intended locations.
Police have temporarily increased patrolling the streets, and they are asking students to be careful when going out at night.
All of Cal Poly Greek life is still on social probation after failing to reach an agreement with administration last Friday over a party registration policy. The IFC and Pan-Hellenic councils are concerned the proposal's definition of a fraternity party is too vague. The proposal also bans hard alcohol in drinking games and requires fraternities and sororities to pre-register their parties and provide a detailed guest list before the event. The policy needs 75% of IFC presidents and a majority of the Pan-Hellenic Council to approve it in order for it to pass. The councils met with administration Thursday morning, but they didn't reach a conclusion. Social probation is expected to stay in place through the weekend.
Authorities are still searching for bodies after a plane went down off the coast of Oceano on Tuesday. The sheriff's office believes the pilot is David Brian Casey of Friday Harbor, Washington. They are not sure if there was a passenger on board of what they believe was a single-engine plane. They are still looking for the crash site as well.
2:30, kind of a field of debris was found, and it's kind of where we're kind of stopped at right now.
First responders, 5 City Fire, CAL FIRE, and the Sheriff's Office have been working in joint operations. They still don't know where the plane was traveling to or from.
Well, flu season is upon us, and the number of reported deaths from the H1N1 virus is rising across the country. 8 people have been hospitalized in San Luis Obispo County for the H1N1 strain of the flu virus, also known as the swine flu. This strain tends to affect younger adults, and common symptoms include coughing, fever, sore throat, fatigue, and body aches. Washing hands frequently and staying away from those who are sick can protect you from the virus, but doctors say the best protection is the flu shot. The Cal Poly Health Center offers the flu shot for $12, and for those looking for a different option, there is a nasal mist available at the SLO County Health Department for $21. Both flu vaccines protect against the H1N1 strain as well as several others.
Cal Poly will be getting more money for the next upcoming school year. The new CSU budget of $142 million will be distributed among the 23 state campuses. The state has also borrowed $750 million to disperse among the CSU.
We're going to start losing some of our excellent faculty because they have not had raises in 5-6 years.
Nozick also says some of the money will go to building maintenance. Cal Poly currently needs more than $100 million for buildings and facility repairs.
Well, it's getting more competitive each year for new students to get into Cal Poly. This year, admissions had its largest applicant pool in Cal Poly's history with nearly 52,000 undergrads applying for next fall. Undergraduate applications increased nearly 10% in the last year, and freshman applicants have more than doubled since 2000. And out of those 52,000 applicants, about 5,600 spots are going to be available for new students in fall of 2014.
Cal Poly students continue to get more bang for their bucks this school year. Cal Poly was ranked 43rd on Kiplinger's top 100 best value in public universities for 2014. The university earned the ranking because of its high four-year graduation rate, academic quality, and affordability. Cal Poly President Jeffrey Armstrong says the rankings like this show that Cal Poly is working hard to fulfill its mission of providing students with access to top-notch education at a reasonable price.
San Luis Obispo has been getting some national attention recently. Huffington Post named Higuera Street in downtown San Luis Obispo one of the best main streets in America. HuffPost mentioned the indoor plazas that run along the creek, Mission San Luis Obispo de Tolosa, and Thursday night Farmers Market as some of the main reasons to visit. Coming up, a downtown business is closing its doors. We'll show you if your favorite shop will be closing.
Plus, gas prices are on the rise. How our average in San Luis Obispo compares to national prices.
Already enrolled? You're doing fine.
What did that just do?
Select the drop-down menu again. To the site, you're already enrolled. Example here, so don't panic. You're ready to make your payment. Submit. There it is.
Oh my God! I really can't believe it.
That's awesome. Good for you.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Being a dad can be tough.
No. What do you mean she's not coming?
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
But when you're willing to do anything...
It is I, Cruz Zinkelpel. Okay, time for cake.
It's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Guru. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. The Cal Poly Society of Women Engineers is being nationally honored for the third year in a row for the 10th time since 2002. The SWE chapter with 324 engineering student members won the Outstanding Collegiate Section Gold Award given by the SWE National Conference. This is the second award for Cal Poly SWE has won this year. The tech team took third place for its pharmaceutical recovery and rescue project, which worked to convert cow urine into pharmaceutical drugs. The chapter dedicates itself to becoming role models for other schools around the nation.
We're always active in our community, and we have a large community. We're one of the largest engineering schools in the country, so we have a great base to start with, and that's what really allows us to be outstanding year after year.
SWE is one of Cal Poly's largest clubs on campus.
Prices at the pump are on the rise. Gas prices have gone up 8 cents in the past month. The average price across the nation is $3.31 right now. That compares to $3.74 for a regular gallon of gas in San Luis Obispo.
Outrageously high, and it, like I said, it really determines kind of cost of living, cost of food, cost of everything for everyone. They need to get lower. I don't know how they're going to get lower. There needs to be some sort of alternative fuel available.
Locally, gas prices have gone up 4 cents from 1 month ago. If you're looking for the cheapest gallon of gas in the state, Sacramento's average price is $3.50. The highest average price ever nationwide was $4.11 in 2008. In San Luis Obispo, the highest price was $4.75 in 2012.
After 5 years in business in downtown San Luis Obispo, Quirk World will be closing its doors next month. We take a look at how people are taking the closing of the store and what resources are available to local businesses.
And so it is going to be a sad thing to say goodbye to San Luis.
Like many customers, Quirk World manager Peter Ray is sad the store is closing next month. Located in the heart of downtown San Luis Obispo on Higuera Street, Quirk World has offered fun novelty items not found at any other local stores. And according to Ray, their store was more than just a novelty shop.
So it really was that place like, let's go, we're going on Higuera, let's hang out at that novelty fun shop that's going to have all the really fun things.
Shrinking profits and higher rent forced the owners to end their lease. But those weren't the only challenges they faced.
I think e-commerce changed the scope of brick and mortar stores too. You know, people don't have to come in and buy like they used to.
While some businesses may be closing their doors, new businesses like this are opening up in San Luis Obispo. And these new businesses have the resources like the Chamber of Commerce.
We're here to make sure that we're doing things that support and enhance the environment in which they can do business here.
The Chamber is also involved in the economic development of San Luis Obispo.
And we become advocates for creating a climate that will be good to do business in.
And keep the small town charm alive.
We really strive to maintain that special essence of San Luis Obispo.
David Aguilar, Mustang News. Merchandise at Quirk World is currently 40% off. They are located at 766 Higuera.
If you're in the mood for some Cajun-style seafood, a new restaurant is open in San Luis Obispo. Crawdaddy's SLO is a restaurant that opened on December 1st. It's located at 1761 Monterey Street, where Old Vallarta's Mexican Cantina used to be. Crawdaddy's offers a Mardi Gras-style atmosphere and serves seafood dishes like oyster and crab. This is the 4th restaurant that owner and chef John Kim has opened. For all the foodies out there, January just might be the best time of year. Reporter Alexis Shakuti looks into why.
Slow Restaurant Month began the 1st of January and will run until the 31st. More than 100 restaurants are participating this year. Restaurants varying in location from Pismo all the way up the coast to Cambria have special deals and menu items for the ongoing event. Some of the Central Coast's most popular eateries, such as Splash Cafe, are among the restaurants participating.
Linda?
For Slow Restaurant Month, we're offering a 50-cent appetizer taco with the purchase of any entree.
The annual event started as a way to keep businesses profitable during the slow month, but now it attracts both tourists and locals alike with special monthly deals and food choices. Some of the restaurants offer a 3 for $30 menu. Among some of the numerous restaurants offering them are 2 of downtown's favorite eateries, Novo and Luna Red.
At Novo, basically, our inspiration for Restaurant Month is a Portuguese world-inspired menu.
The theme for Novo's Restaurant Month is chosen a few months in advance and offers people the rare opportunity to taste food not typically offered at the restaurant.
And Luna Red is doing the Spanish table. It's quite exciting. The chef there is really creative, and so you just have a lot of variety.
Offers vary from one restaurant to another, so make sure to call in advance to see what specials are being offered at each location. Alexis Chakuti, Mustang News.
For a more detailed list on the locations and names of all the restaurants participating this year, you can visit sanluisobispocounty.com.
Although San Luis Obispo didn't feel the effects of the northeast snowstorms earlier this month, some Cal Poly students had trouble making it back to California for the start of winter quarter. According to Huffington Post, temperatures in the Midwest and Northeast dropped to as much as 70 degrees below zero. And with these freezing temperatures and storms, thousands of flights across the country were delayed or canceled. Third-year Mariah Lenfer's home is in Maine, although Her plan was to get to San Luis Obispo on Friday before school began. She's still unpacking her bags from a late arrival.
I had to rebook a new flight for Sunday, and then that flight got canceled because of the storm in Chicago. And then I had to get on a flight on Tuesday morning, and then that flight got canceled, and then I got another flight, and then that flight was delayed. So I didn't get back to LAX until I think it was 6 p.m. Tuesday night.
Lanford says despite missing the first 2 days of classes, all professors were accommodating, and she isn't behind on any schoolwork. All right, sunny skies over Bishop's Peak after the break. Weather reporter Aaron Bandler gives us the weather for this upcoming week.
And the men's tennis team will play without one of the nation's best players for the first time in 3 years tomorrow. We went to the courts to see how they are preparing for life without Andre Dome.
That your child knows how to deal with bullying when they see it happening. And chances are they want to help, but they don't really know how. Well, teach them that the best thing to do is calmly walk away, find a teacher or other adult, and speak up. And do your part. Be that adult they can talk to and trust will listen. Join me to help stop bullying. Go to stopbullying.gov to find out more.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. Start a new chat. What did I do? Okay, wow. That is so weird.
Hey! Hi!
Oh my gosh. Hi! God, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm so nervous. Gia, you're so big. Come closer to the camera. Wait, now you're in my face. That was so good.
A little bit.
Yeah, get out of the shot. Well, temperatures in the 80s in January sounds nice, but it's not really ideal for agriculture and wildlands. We took a look into the effect the drought has had in San Luis Obispo.
In January right now.
The Central Coast hasn't seen any measurable rain since last March and has had less than 3 inches of rain this year. That's less than a quarter of the average rainfall for the area at this point in the rainy season. San Luis Obispo's CAL FIRE unit has already brought on 14 extra firefighters this season, and if conditions stay the same, they may need to bring on more.
So because of the drought conditions, our brushy fuels are still very, very dry. They're as dry as you would see in the middle of summertime.
Those dry conditions have made it difficult for the livestock industry, and the Cal Poly beef operation is no exception.
We have to supplemental feed hay, not supplemental feed, but completely feed them hay, and that costs us a lot of money.
The Cal Poly beef operation feeds about 9,000 pounds of alfalfa hay, just like this, per day. At $250 a ton, that cost really starts to add up.
Generally, we don't feed it all. We rely on the rain, we rely on the grass that's out there, and every bit of money that we would be making, the profit by selling those calves, is probably going to go back to our feed costs.
They have already been forced to sell 100 head of cattle from their herd, and
if we don't get rain by the middle of February, we're going to have to reduce our numbers a lot.
Among the groups affected by the drought is Tri-California Events, the organizers of the Wildflower Triathlon. They say that they may have to relocate the event if the lack of rain continues.
Well, it's very dry out there. We have Aaron Bandler here joining us in the studio. Are we getting any rain, Aaron?
No, none whatsoever. Okay, so this week it's going to be very similar weather to how it was last week. We have a lot of gusty winds coming in from offshore. Very dry, going to be really hot out for the entire week, but it will get cooler as the week goes on. And as you can see, what we have here is we have the hottest in the Central Coast. The hottest is going to be here in SLO at 78 and 78 for Arroyo Grande. Going to be a little cooler, more towards the coast around Avila Beach and Baywood Los Osos over there at the mid-low 60s. And even cooler up there in the north to Paso Robles and stuff, likely due to some of the offshore winds. And now on to our 5-day forecast. So the hottest day this week is likely to be today, the high of 87, likely a possible low of 47. And then it will continue down lower to 82 tomorrow. And then as the week goes on, it will get slowly, it will slowly descend into more like the high 70s all the way down to the low 70s there to Monday at 73 as the lowest possible high of the week and low of 46. So we're in for a very warm week, guys. No rain in sight. Back to you over the desk.
Thanks, Aaron. Well, we have Lisa Diaz here in the studio with us for sports.
Cal Poly Mustang basketball is on fire, no?
Yeah, they're definitely off to one of their best starts in team history. But first, we're going to start with some big news from our Cal Poly soccer teams. Senior soccer player George Melky was selected in the second round of the MLS Super Draft by the Montreal Impact today. The senior midfielder was chosen 37th overall. Melky played in all 21 games for the Mustangs this season. He scored 2 goals and had 2 assists. Senior Mackenzie Pridham is still eligible to be selected in the 4th round. Cal Poly swimmer Sonny Fierro is still months away from the Pac-12 finals, but he is preparing every day in practice like the competition is tomorrow. Sports reporter Denzel Quarterman catches up with Fierro to see where he is in his training.
Cal Poly sophomore swimmer Sonny Fierro is putting some extra time in the pool this quarter. Last December, Fierro surpassed Matthew Wagner on Cal Poly's all-time record list in both men's 500-yard freestyle with a time of 4 minutes and 21.32 seconds, and the men's 1650 with a time of 15 minutes and 6.23 seconds.
It is crazy to think like how much training we do for how little amount of racing we have, but the thing that keeps me training is just the satisfaction of like being at the end of practice and knowing I gave it my all, and just like knowing that what I did today is making me better as a swimmer.
In order for Sonny to continue cutting time, he will have to spend this quarter training harder than he ever has. As a distance swimmer, Sonny has to put in more laps in the pool than most other sprinters. Head coach Tom Milich says that Fierro can make improvements depending on the quality of work he puts in and out of the pool.
You give them goals in practice on what you want them to achieve, how fast you want them to swim in practice. You know, if he can repeat this time, this many hundreds on a given interval, like he said, we put in a lot of yardage. That's a lot of aerobic-based stuff. Milers have to swim a lot of yardage.
And what does Sonny think about breaking his own records?
Obviously never settle for anything less than your best.
Denzel Quarterman, Mustang News.
In-depth look at Fierro and his story, visit mustangnews.net. Well, the Cal Poly women's basketball team is undefeated in Big West Conference play after last Saturday's big win against UC Santa Barbara. The Mustangs look forward to taking on Cal State Northridge after dominating the Gauchos. In that win, senior Molly Schlemmer scored a career-high 37 points, and Jonay Irvin broke the record for total assists in Cal Poly history. Irvin has 394 in her career as a Mustang. Prior to beating UCSB, Cal Poly came from behind to beat Hawaii on the road. The Matadors are 1-1 in Big West Conference play and 5-11 overall. The men's team is also off to a fast start this season and are 2-0 in the Big West. The Mustangs will also take on Cal State Northridge tonight in Mott Gym to remain undefeated and record their best start in conference play in team history. Last Saturday, Cal Poly beat UC Santa Barbara on the road for the first time in 7 years. The Gauchos are the team that many are projecting to win the Big West this year. The key to Cal Poly stopping the Matadors is shutting down their guards and having good ball security. The men's tennis team is coming off a Big West championship and are preparing to make another run. We went to the courts to see how they are preparing for their season to start tomorrow.
Go, go, go.
Cal Poly tennis season is up and running. The Mustangs are headed to take on St. Mary's tomorrow for their first match of the season. Their difficult non-conference schedule will help Cal Poly men's tennis reach their goals.
Great tennis by March and April, and have a good opportunity to win our third Big West championship.
First, win conference is always a good goal, and then ranking, if we can get back into that top 40, around edge on the top 30 mark, it'll be huge, and obviously make the NCAA.
The 3 players will be taking the court for the first time in a Cal Poly uniform.
This year's team is so young. I think one of our goals is just to try to create a new team feel. We lost, the last 2 years we've lost, 7 players.
One of those losses from last year is nationally ranked Andre Doe.
There's not that one guy who's just going to win every match for us. So, we've got to all put in the work.
Usually in college tennis, there's a big difference between number 2 and number 1 because most teams usually have like one really strong, solid pair.
Camuso and Thompson are expected to step up and be that pair.
I think this year we've got a lot more depth in our team, and so there's a lot more guys that we can look to rely on throughout the matches.
And the Mustangs are bonding together quickly.
And we just really feed off each other's energy. We're really loud. You'll probably be able to hear us from the dorms if you're there.
Lisa Diaz, Mustang News. Big West Conference matches will begin at the end of February.
Well, thanks, Lisa. It sounds like we have some pretty good starts this season.
Yeah, Mustang Sports, they're doing well.
Very exciting. Already still ahead, one cafe is celebrating food in a way San Luis Obispo has never seen before. Get a taste of Vegan Week.
Live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
So this is my computer?
This is your computer. Let's go on the internet.
Let's go. Click it.
Yes.
Okay.
I cursor in between the R and the E. If I say dot, I want you to just push the period.
She's gonna love me all over again now.
That's it. Jamaica, here you come.
Here we go.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. And I did it by myself. Feel smarter.
Well, welcome back to Mustang News.
Eden has joined us here in the studio for Pollywood. What's going on in the entertainment world here in San Luis Obispo?
All right, okay, thank you, Katie and David. This week marks the first ever Vegan Week in San Luis Obispo. Bliss Cafe is offering deals for vegan items on their menu all week. During Thursday night's farmers market, the cafe is offering buy one, get one half off vegan tacos.
Be more light, be more smart, because the food what you eat make a lot of difference.
Cal Poly students get a special deal this week. If you buy one smoothie at Bliss Cafe, you can get the second one half off. Just show your student ID, and Vegan Weekend at Bliss Cafe runs through Friday. Here's a fun fact. The vegan movement has its roots right here on the Central Coast. The first vegan society in the U.S. was found in Oceano in 1948. If you're into comedy, Smile and Nod is having their first performance of the quarter Saturday night. Cal Poly's improv group will be performing 2 shows Saturday. At 7 p.m. they have the short form show where they play quick competitive improv games. Then at 9 p.m. they have their long form show where the group improvises full comedic sketches for the audience. The shows will be in Building 45 in room 212, and tickets are $5 at the door. This 3-day weekend, you can check out some live music downtown. Tonight, indie band Pinback is playing at Slow Brew. The show starts at 7:30 and tickets are $18 at the door. And tomorrow, reggae band Pepper will be performing in front of a sellout crowd at Slow Brew. That show starts at 7, and like I said, tickets are sold out. All right, and that's it for this week's Pollywood edition. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you so much, Eden. It sounds like we have some exciting things going on, and kind of makes me want to go check out Smile and Nod.
Definitely.
Okay, well, thank you for watching Mustang News. You can watch our weekly half-hour broadcast on Charter Channel 19, UHTV Channel 7, and Campus Channel 2.
And And for continuous coverage, visit MustangNews.net. We'll leave you with some Pinback and Pepper as we end the show. Have a great day.
Have a great weekend, Cal Poly.